Good morning, everyone. So I wanted to talk about are you nurturing trust, or are you actually nurturing lack in your marketing, in your business, right? And what do I mean by that? So when your potential audience or your potential clients come to, for example, your social media page or your website, okay, one of the things is that they're not just looking for the information of your products and services, right? They're looking for a lot more, right? Because people buy from people, and people buy products and services, particularly in the type of work that we offer, that feels aligned or feels that they can trust, that they believe it's going to solve the problem in the way that they want it solved, right? So one of the things that I see, and I see it with a lot of healers or therapists who are in a state of lack, or are in a state of fear, like in some sort of fear or lacking confidence and self-esteem, is that they don't give enough information or enough evidence or enough content on their social media that would give client trust. Now, it does not mean that that person is not capable. And when I talk about also sharing things like your experience, your skills, your training, it doesn't mean that everything you need qualifications for. Because I know that some people are the highest in psychics, intuitives, and they've never went to training school. That's not what I mean. But what you've got to understand is, right, that people buy, and how do people feel that trust? How do people make that connection? What makes them feel as if you are selling the right product and service for them in the way that they want it, right? Well, first of all, they have to see the information that they want to find out about you, right? So sometimes people miss and they do not give basic information on their page. They don't have the right information. They don't fill in their about section. They do not include things like their website, their telephone number, and whatever. Now, there is one of my pages, and I can't remember what it is. I might went to that I took away my number, and the reason just was I was getting like 10, 20 cold selling calls at least a day that was disrupting my work. So there's one that I maybe need to re-look at that again. But what I mean is, you have to first of all give them all the information that they want, right? But also you have to make the customer journey as simple and comfortable and easy for them, right? So sometimes when we're just starting out, we may not have everything. We may not have the website, we may not have the blog yet, we may not have that. But you still have to show up in a way that you are genuinely showing that you care about your audience. You have to show that you're nurturing a connection, that you genuinely are serious about your business, and that you're not just trying and experimenting, that you really, when you're offering a product or service, that you value the people that are visiting your page, and that you genuinely are passionate about what you offer, right? And you have their interests at heart, right? So, but what you've got to understand from the consumer's point of view, if consumers have 3 or 4 pages of people who appear to offer similar products and services, right? If you have one page and the person doesn't really share that much information about what they do, their offerings are not in any in-depth information, There's not many videos that they've got, or blogs or tips or anything. They've not got much to go on, right? You compare that with another page where the person has different types of content that helps them get to know that person, helps to get to know how they think, how they work, whatever. They're the things that nurture trust, right? They're things that nurture connection. The other things don't. The other things, if you lack, and if you're just putting the minimum up on your page and you're just trying to sell for the least amount of effort, your clients will often feel that energy. If you're fearful and you've only put one video up and you've got no other things like blogs or podcasts, and you've not took any attention to try and give your audience something to demonstrate that you do have the insight and the level of experience that they expect or they want. Now, every single one of you are selling different types of things, and some things will apply that I'm talking about to one type of work and will not apply to others. For example, if you're helping people with serious health challenges, obviously there's certain things that are really important and people maybe want certain things. If you are working as a spiritual teacher and and you're teaching people to evolve to a certain level of awakening, whatever, they want to feel that you've reached the level of awakening maybe above them, so they want to listen to you, hear you. Or if they want to learn more spiritual gifts or intuitive gifts, they again want to understand or see the missing gap in the solution that you offer. If you are not showing up enough in your page, if you are not giving them substance, if you're just watering it down and doing as little as you can, it can feel as if you don't care. Now, I know that doesn't mean that you don't care, but it can show that if you don't care. And often it comes from fear and lack of confidence, right? A lot of the things that people say to me is things like, I don't think, I'm frightened that I give too much away, or maybe that I don't know enough or whatever. People are often don't realise how much knowledge and skills they do have, right? Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be doing this, right? Or it wouldn't be aligned with what you're supposed to do, right? So when you are helping someone and you're on your purpose, right, you're at a certain level and you have a certain skill or a certain depth of knowledge or experience of understanding or insight that your audience doesn't have, right? And the more that you can show up and demonstrate that in whatever shape or form, that helps. But when people are not seeing that on your page and there's very little, so when they go to check you out, they're saying, oh, they're just sharing that they're offering this, but I want to see them, I want to hear them, or I want to get their point of view, I want to. Now, I'll be honest, I don't mind doing my lives in the groups, but I don't like doing lives on my main pages for a lot of reasons. It's not probably the most normal reasons. It's just to do with, I've had, that's a long story, I think I mentioned in one, a problem I had about my teeth, but anyway, and a major horror that happened to me on a Facebook Live, but anyway, but also there's other reasons. But I do lots of blogs, and most of my sites have at least 100 blogs on them. And I give lots of free information and tips and real deep insight, right, that most people don't share. So I'm generous because I know how important it is, and I care about my audience. I want to genuinely help them, right? I'm in it for the right reasons, right? And I know how important it is for my audience to trust that if they're going to invest in me, and if they're going to spend money with me, that I am the right person for them and that I have their interests at heart and I want to help them, right? So be honest, have a look at your pages, look at your Facebook pages or your Instagram pages or whatever it is that you advertise, and say, am I coming from am I nurturing my audience, or am I coming from a place of lack? And also, am I nurturing in the way that they want nurtured, or am I just nurturing the way that I want to do it? Because sometimes what can happen as well is that it's a bit of the inner child and the little child, well, this is how I do it, this is when I want to do it, I don't want to do it another way. And we're not just doing it to make our marketing fun. We're doing it because it's a comfort zone thing. We don't want to come out of our comfort zone. But the reality is, we have to look at what's working and what's not working. And sometimes we can do things in our market that we like, but is it actually converting to an audience? Is it working for our audience? Does our audience find that attractive? Does our audience find that a connection point or not? Sometimes there's some things we do that could be putting them off, right? Because, again, we're in a comfort zone. We're not thinking about our audience's needs. When you're in business, it's about your audience. It's important to be you, and of course, do something that's aligned with you and aligned with your gifts. But it's also important to give your audience enough information, and also to make the pathway as smooth as possible. That's why I always suggest that people have get a landing page. If you don't have a website, get a landing page or a sales page. Get that up quite soon, and get a lead magnet. Get something they can go and make a connection with you. They can sign up for, try for free, something that gives them a bit more confidence that you are right for them, because it shows that you genuinely care, right? I have to be honest, if I go to something and I see somebody and they don't write very much, and I can't see much, and I'm not getting a big feel, maybe have 1 or 2 videos, but I'm not getting a big feel, if I can't really fathom them out or whatever, and they just say, private message me, I rarely do that, because I think that makes to me feel as if, well, you feel obliged then when you private message someone. I would like to be able to go to the page, see all the information, read about them, listen to maybe a few things that they've done. That's how I work. So, we're all different, but I want you to think about what makes you buy from someone, and think about the purchases. What made that decision? Why did you buy it? Why did you buy it from that person? Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay, and as I said, I'll be popping on later on. I've got a session at the moment. I'm just popping on a session, and then I've got a wee busy day. But anyway, you take care. Bye bye for now.